Beating Resident Evil 7 on Madhouse difficulty is already hard enough. But what if it wasn't enough and you wanted another tough challenge? Introducing Ethan Must Die, a mode where you'll be seeing this screen plenty of times. To beat this mode, you'll need to once again navigate the Baker family estate, find the key to the greenhouse, and then face everyone's favourite bullet sponge, Marguerite. But what makes it so difficult is not only can enemies kill you in one hit if you're not blocking, the items are randomised every playthrough, and the mansion's been rigged with a ton of traps. Without a doubt, this was going to be a challenge, but having beat the main game on the hardest difficulty and earned the Platinum Trophy, I had to beat this. I had to beat Ethan Must Die. And so I set out to tackle the Baker family estate, and I stumbled across our first item box. These item boxes are not only randomised by the location, but also the rarity. It's kind of like an MMO where like 1-star boxes are grey and they drop things like chem fluid, healing items and gunpowder. 2-star boxes which are green could drop things like handguns, a survival knife and even the burner. And the 3-star boxes are purple and they drop things like the machine gun and various shotguns. And there's also the 4-star box, and there's usually about 1 or 2 of them per playthrough. And in here you'll get amazing weapons such as the grenade launcher, the magnum, and of course arguably the most important item for a successful run, the Albert. You can also get absolutely jabronied and get the walking shoes.
What are those?
So I entered the house and immediately had a big boy spraying vomit at me. I also decided to try and fight the 2 molded with a pocket knife and then realised the stairs are blocked. I've never actually did this game mode before, so I had no idea where I was meant to go and how different the layout of the house was. And so I got the first of many deaths.
Ow. Okay. Well, I've got a feeling it's going to be the first one of many.
My second attempt went a little bit better. I ignored the stairs and the molded and I went straight into the hallway leading to the safe room. Unfortunately for me, I was followed by a molded and the game then decided that I couldn't close the doors for some reason.
Close the door. Close the door. Close the door. Close the door. Can you not close doors? Oh no, he's backed me into a corner now.
Luckily I found a shotgun and a crate on my next run, which I used to get revenge on the same molded.
Wham!
But unluckily for me, he had backup. I figured the best thing to do was always close the doors behind me, and thankfully they started closing properly. I went into the trophy room and was greeted by another molded. And it was there my big brain decided to think for once.
If I can duck underneath that and he walks into it, then, well, I don't know, the blast might still get me. Come on, get me, come on in. Yay!
I made my way into the basement where I noticed another trap for us to avoid, the floor trap. I wanted to test its effectiveness, I just needed a volunteer. With my theory being proved correct, I was feeling really good and decided to assert my dominance on this box.
Oh no! Oh fuck, that kills you.
The box fought back. Yeah, this game mode brings back the booby trap boxes that were everywhere in Lucas's playhouse. I remembered you can listen for a ticking noise to figure out if the box is real or not, but there's actually an easier way to do it. Simply look out for boxes with a single strip of tape. They're the ones that are the bombs. Nevertheless, knowing that any item box could also be set up to kill me, didn't fill me with much hope. Also, I realised that if you get to the stairs leading down to the basement and you didn't get a weapon from any of the boxes, you're pretty much screwed. You can't knife away the hive fast enough with a pocket knife and you just get jumped by the molded. Maybe you can do it if you're a better player than me, but most of the time I found that I was just done for. So to save myself some time when this happened, I just chose to restart rather than try to fight the molded on the stairs. But we made it back down to the basement and I dealt with the molded using the trap. But it was here I was greeted with another problem. I thought I could crawl under his legs, but nah, Ethan's not that clever. Luckily I figured out you can just get him to follow you around the table and then just run past. You don't have to waste any bullets on him. We headed down to Jack's chainsaw room and every molded is just lying around. I fully expected them to jump scare me. But it wasn't the molded I should have been looking out for.
No! Oh, there was a bomb in there. Oh no! I seen the purple crate, I got excited. Damn.
On the next run I made it back to that room and I found something amazing waiting for me.
Oh, hello there!
The trick here is to go around and shoot the bombs so you can safely enter the room. There's also bombs that you need to duck under along the way, or you could do what my stupid ass did, which is shoot them all. Gee, if only I had some kind of bomb, or 3 of them, to deal with this guy. But we went back to the 4-star chest and we got...
Oh, the Magnum. Yes.
However, the next room would be the next true test.
Oh no! Stand on the trap.
And even though I dealt with the 2 molded in that room, the game decided to surprise me.
And I really did not want to use my Magnum there. Oh no, we won! It's gonna kill me. I tried to change my weapon. Get the burner out, Ethan! Fuck! How many times did I select the burner and he wouldn't pull it out? Ah.
Yeah, that's actually one of my criticisms of Resident Evil 7. It just feels like clunky at times, and trying to swap weapons sometimes just doesn't work properly. Maybe that's just the console version and the PC version's a lot better, but yeah, I've never actually played the PC version, only the console versions. But once again, we started another run, and I immediately forgot about the exploding boxes.
What a run. That was a great one.
On my next run, I found some steroids though.
Steroids, hell yeah, let's do some roids, boys. Get jacked, juicy.
But once again, the 4-legged molded was on even more performance enhancing drugs. These guys put Lance Armstrong to shame.
Yes or no? Did you ever take banned substances to enhance your cycling performance?
Performance enhancing drugs aside, he didn't expect me to have a shotgun the next time our paths crossed. And after dealing with my nemesis, I pressed on into uncharted territory, and I didn't see the next trap coming.
Ah! No! No! Oh my god. The stupid swinging thing, oh my god.
My next run unfortunately ended with the exact same 4-legged molded in the basement. But it was here that I remembered I had a very powerful tactic to deal with enemies in the game.
Can I just shut the door at that bit and then he can't get out? Oh, it really is that easy, eh?
And with that, I made my way to the swinging trap that killed me, and thankfully though I managed to avoid it. But this game mode basically replaces one problem with another.
Oh, there's quite a few things. There's a trap right there. Is that to make you try and walk on it or something? Right, well, I'm not wasting enhanced ammo on this. Are you fucking kidding me?
At first I thought it was just the box that's next to the bomb that's rigged to blow, but it turns out every box in here is actually a bomb, and setting one of them off when you're in the room's a certain death. I did try using the safety of the stairs to blow them up. This did not work. So I then realised you can go into the side room and then you can safely blow up the boxes. There is also a trap sitting here which I think you can set off and then duck back down into the stairs to do it, but I just found this way quicker. I made my way outside the master bedroom and I found myself upstairs in the main hall, and thankfully the big bloater molded was gone, but I did hear a familiar voice.
Jack.
The final trap of this game mode is these turrets. If you stand in front of them for too long, they'll start beeping, and then after a couple seconds they'll start firing on you. They don't do that much damage, but you do kind of get stunned when they're hitting you, and you can eventually die pretty quickly if you don't get out of the way. So you need to either just run past them or duck out of the line of sight. I made my way into the game room where 2 turrets sat waiting, but navigating this room is pretty simple enough, until you step out into the hall.
What? Oh, no! No! No, the machine gun! Whoa! He's going 100 miles an hour.
Thankfully, on my next run I managed to deal with these two molded, and my path forward was then blocked by these two traps hanging from the ceiling. I tried to shoot one of them through this gap, but it didn't hit, so I just assumed that it couldn't be hit, so I decided to take the plunge.
Right, I'm gonna drop down. This is probably gonna kill me. Okay.
So we finally made it to the ground floor, and this is actually the last big section of the challenge you have to overcome, other than Marguerite of course. I went into the living room and I finally found the greenhouse key, but then as I tried to leave I was ambushed by a molded and some of the big boys.
There's a fucking molded big blobby boy. Please be dead.
I managed to kill them all, but I did use all my enhanced ammo that I'd collected through this run. But even after dealing with that, I ended up making a mistake.
Fuck. No! 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 After all that, I get killed by a random guy. Just jumped up and headbutted me.
But that wasn't even the worst part of the ground floor. When you make your way down the hall, you're greeted by two molded crawling on the floor. But even after you deal with these guys, when you go around the corner you get jumped by two four-legged molded. These guys became the bane of my existence. They ended so many of my runs. This bit right here might actually have been the hardest part of the challenge for me. For starters, the four-legged molded are really difficult to deal with, especially on the harder difficulties when they can kill you in one hit. But I did manage to get past them this time and back out into the yard. And I thought I was in the clear finally to head to the greenhouse. But of course, there's one more hurdle you need to overcome. You need to shoot these bombs to take out the fat molded blocking the way to the greenhouse. But you also need to avoid a couple other molded that spawn. But on my next run, I finally got the best item you can get, the Albert. And with it, I made my way back outside, dealt with the bombs at long last, and I finally reached the greenhouse where Marguerite lay in wake.
Gonna be heartbroken.
As expected with this mode, even the greenhouse is rigged with traps. And to say I was disappointed at this point was an understatement. Finally getting to the greenhouse and then dying due to a hidden trap was annoying to say the least. But I pressed on and failed over and over and over again. It was at this point I seriously considered quitting the challenge altogether. I must have had close to 100 runs at this point, and every one of them depended on RNG. The items you get in the boxes, if the AI decides to behave as usual, and of course dealing with Marguerite the bullet sponge herself with all the traps around. And so I actually took a break for a couple days. And I also had a look online for any tips that makes the Marguerite fight a bit easier, and it was here that I found the corner. This one exact spot in the greenhouse was supposed to be the best place to go during the fight. You've got a turret beside you which can help shoot Marguerite, and you also get a better view of where she might be coming from. And with this new knowledge, I booted up the PS5 and once again jumped into Ethan Must Die. And no joke guys, I wish I had the footage. I only started recording once I got to the greenhouse to save on storage space. But on my first run, I got to the greenhouse and this happened. And with Marguerite going the way of Spider-Man and Avengers, we finished the challenge at long last. My time wasn't the best, but maybe I'll try and get a better time in future, but for now, I completed Ethan Must Die. It was hard at times, but once you figure out the best way to deal with enemies without using your resources and you get a bit lucky with the RNG, it's definitely doable. But if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.